Welcome to the Big and Small Podcast, coming to you from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Just a couple of guys drinking some beers, having some chow, and talking all things sports.
Hey, so I'm thinking maybe this is a not Patriot podcast because there's not a ton to talk about other than the Red Sox, Devers. I mean, we can talk about stuff, but it won't be your typical Big and Small podcast. It'll be more, probably more centric to baseball and, maybe a little bit of Marchand talk and things like that. So, in any event, get them up. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you to our millions of viewers. Plenty to talk about. The summer's hitting. What are we talking about, Coach? What is sports and entertainment? This show's sports and entertainment.
I know, but it's not like,
We got Marchand to talk about. We got Grace was at the Elbow Room today with the Florida Panthers.
Oh, wow.
We've got plenty to talk about. College World Series.
I said we'll see how it goes.
The Red Sox can't hit. We got a lot going on.
All right, we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right. Dougie, kick us off, brother. What do you got?
Birthday party.
The biggest I guess the biggest news around the sports world in the last 72 hours? No, longer than that. It was like Friday. It was Father's Day.
No, Sunday. Dougie's all fucked up. He's on vacation.
Yes, Rafael Devers traded to the San Francisco Giants for, as to quote Ricky, a bag of balls.
Yeah, the worst friggin' deal ever. The deal. So I'm going to give you my whole perspective on this whole thing, right? So, and Rick's going to freak out because he loved Devers, but I was never. I didn't love the contract that Devers had because it was so long. The guy is such a hand-eye freak that, like, this spring he came in, he wasn't in shape. He wasn't on top of his game. He started the season, and you saw what Rafael Devers looks like when he's not on top of his hand-eye, and he wasn't. He fixed it. He figured it out. The whole thing. I mean, Red Sox management blew that whole thing. But I'm okay with the trade getting out of that long-term contract because I didn't think he was a long-term guy. He is an awesome hitter. He's probably got 5 years left where he's going to be very, very productive, but then he's going to fall off a cliff, I think. He's going to fall off a cliff fast just because of that hand-eye shit. His mechanics suck, Rick. You're a baseball guy. He's got terrible mechanics. Don't roll your eyes at me. I'm serious.
What are you talking about?
He's got terrible mechanics. He's all hand-eye. He's Vlad Guerrero, Senior. Remember him?
You mean the Hall of Famer?
You know what Vlad Guerrero is right now?
Vladimir Guerrero?
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
I'm not saying Devers won't end up there, but I'm just saying he's that kind of hitter. And I thought that was a big commitment.
I don't know.
Nobody ever gave Vlad Guerrero a 10-year contract.
I don't know. I think you're trying to justify it now, like all Red Sox fans are. That now he sucked. Now he wasn't a good guy. Blah blah blah. So the bullshit.
I never said he sucked. I never said he was a cancer. I think that the organization blew this from the beginning. They didn't talk to him. Bad communication, and then the trade itself is freaking embarrassing. What they did there, embarrassing. But I don't mind them getting out from underneath that contract if they replace the production somehow. I mean, he's the most productive player on the team. Does that make sense?
By far. But I think my biggest gripe is, like I said, you literally got nothing in return.
Nothing. Yeah, no. What are you gonna say, Rick?
Well, my take on it, that they're the team. It's the same GM that signed them to the contract.
No, you had a really good point last night. You walked me through the whole thing, which made a lot of sense.
So the point is, like, you signed them to the contract. The bottom line is they don't want to spend money. They went below they went through the threshold. Think about it. I was just talking to somebody today about it. Imagine what the Red Sox look like when they're winning World Series. All the people that should still be here, except the Red Sox didn't want to spend any money and brought in a bunch of stiffs. The bottom line is that's all there is. This was a complete money dump. And the other factor is, even if he went to first, you made the decision to bring in Bregman. This whole thing, the media and everybody talking about that he's a selfish player because he wouldn't play first. is asinine. You told the guy to throw his glove away when you signed Bregman, which of course he wasn't happy about. You then say because the worst player in the country, Casas, who you think's good, can't run and blows out his knee, and now you tell him to go play first, totally foreign position to him. And what did that accomplish? Why would that make the lineup better? Who's the DH? You're gonna bring Massa back, and you're gonna what? Platoon Reich, Schneider, and Massa?
Right.
Oh wow, whip-de-do review. If they never advertised that to anybody that the reason they were moving him there was to do that, and he refused to do it because they thought that would better the team. It's ludicrous. You got rid of your only hitter. They've scored like 3 runs in the last 6 games, and they're still winning. Fourth in the Seattle series, because luckily the starting pitching has really stepped up, except for last night. But it's not sustainable. They can't hit, and the pitching will falter. And it's one of the most, like I've said for how long, Dougie? If anybody buys a ticket to the Red Sox, you're an absolute idiot. Idiot. They're just taking your money. They're a conglomerate. They just want to save money, and they want to go buy everything around Fenway. They want to jack prices, and they want to go buy another franchise somewhere. That's all that organization is doing.
NBA. I'm hearing NBA.
I get no respect for them. Absolutely disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And all the sports media guys are talking about Stevens being selfish for not playing first. It's such a ridiculous argument. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But
So going to your point, Rick, do you think if Devers were to go over and sit at first, the Red Sox would have any more wins than what they do right now? No.
no, it might be worse because he might be very uncomfortable over there.
Right, exactly.
This isn't fucking Little League. Sorry for my French. Oh,
Hey,
just
let it
look at me
fly.
glove and go play first today, Rick. No, it's the major leagues. There is massive footwork you have to learn to play first base. Just flipping the ball like they do. People think that's easy. It's not. Totally different. When to go to your right, when it's the second baseman ball. It's a completely different thing. Now, if you have all spring training and you go through that, that's fine. They also never said to him in spring training, now this is what I'd have an issue. Here's the deal. We want you to start taking reps. We know you can play third if we need you. You're going to DH for now. If you don't want to play third when we need you, or if something happens to Casas, we want you to take a bunch of reps at first base. If you don't want to do that, and in spring training, that he said, "F you," trade his ass. Trade his ass.
100%.
But they didn't do it that way. They just said, "Throw your glove away," and then all of a sudden, when they needed it, because Casas got hurt, go over there.
Yeah, now he's painted out to be the bad guy.
Exactly.
And to be honest, I know he didn't go to a great organization, but I couldn't be happier for fucking Devers.
Oh, he's gonna bury the Bay. That's gonna. They play them this weekend too.
I know, which is unbelievable. They play him Friday.
Friday,
right?
yeah, they have tomorrow off.
Yeah, they play him Friday, so it's like that never happened. Remember they traded Nomar? They traded to the Cubs. They didn't go play the Cubs. You know, they traded Bogarts. They didn't go play the Padres. But I mean, like literally days later.
But amazingly, they're still alive. They're right there.
They're in the last wild card spot.
Yeah.
So I guess this is like I understand like the trade is done, but my biggest question is like you didn't do anything to help your ball club. If anything, you deliberately hurt your ball club.
Well, not only that, like what is the message to the locker room?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then what's the long-term plan? It's like, if you go and like tomorrow we see that like, oh, Alex Bregman signed to an extension, like, okay, now we're starting to see that now there's a kind of long-term plan. Like Bregman could leave at the end of fucking this season. And then you literally have no infield.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you've got the kids up. Campbell's in the tank. They're probably gonna have to send him down. You've got Story can't hit. You've got Hamilton playing second base.
Story
Maya
went
looks
yard
like he
today.
belongs. Huh?
Story went yard today. He probably closed his eyes and swung, but he went
I
yard.
know he's definitely hit better. I'll give him credit. He's definitely better since for the last few weeks. But that's how he is. Then he won't get a hit in July.
But he plays really good D. He really does. He's a good short.
The catcher I like, Coach and I are talking about this. The catcher I like,
Navarez, yep.
Duran's a gamer.
Yeah.
Devers can field.
They're talking about trading
Duran.
It's like the dude was an MVP candidate last year. Why? And you got him for nothing. Like, why would you want it? Because he's going to have to get a contract? Really? That's where we are with Tampa Bay Rays? That's where we are right now?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. But I'll tell you what's even a bigger disgrace is in general how bad Major League Baseball is. I mean, imagine the Yankees getting swept by the Boston Red Sox with that payroll. I mean, that is hard to believe.
Have you ever seen Lou Maloney do his little thing when he walks the dog and he's got the phone? He's talking
to the porch, fellas. No,
I love it.
Real.
I feel like I'm watching like the fucking Blair Witch Project. Or something.
That was the Lou Maloney vibe right there. Did you ever see Lou Maloney walking along? He's talking about the Sox and he's walking with the camera. That was awesome, Rick. I love that.
Yeah, this is it's called multitasking. I don't know if you can see it. Got a little
chicken.
It's a grilled chicken with
some green beans or asparagus.
Green bean fries, Dougie, which I like.
Gutsy.
Put a little oil in it.
They have those at Katie's.
Oh yeah.
Are you going down the club tomorrow?
Tomorrow? No.
It's gonna be 80 degrees.
Why? Why? Were you going? Why?
I think we're grilling tomorrow night at the club.
Are you? Well, maybe I will.
But we're grilling. We're grilling like regular time. We're not grilling at 8:00 at night.
What time? What time are you going down?
I'm not sure yet. I'll talk to April. I'll shoot you guys a text.
Yeah, shoot me a text. Maybe I'll fly by. I wasn't on my schedule, but
only because it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
And then we might see a Ricky sighting at golf. Early weather reports for next Tuesday are 92 and bright sunshine.
I cannot do next Tuesday, but I'm in there the following Tuesday.
Interesting.
Is my opening day event.
All right.
What do we got next, fellas?
I mean, I'm still hung up on this Red Sox thing. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't looked around. Like, obviously, we're like a month away from, a little more than a month away from the trade deadline. But like, they need a first baseman still. And I mean, Toro is doing a pretty good job, but he reminds me of like a utility guy because you can throw him at third. But they need a bat. They never addressed like a legit right-handed bat. And they don't have it.
How do you think the Ricky, you could probably answer this better, but what do you think the vibe is like in the clubhouse?
I think they're so young and they're happy-go-lucky young kids.
Yeah.
And they're just playing. I mean, when you win, you're fine. It doesn't matter. No one's crying about whoever leaves, who does that. When you're losing, you end up being like they have how many years in a row, kind of hang in there through the All-Star break, and then absolutely second half disaster. That's what happened to this team.
I hope not.
Trust me. So it's just
why do you hope not, Coach?
Because I think this team's got a little juice.
No,
I do.
I think they're way overperforming, and they're gonna. I think they'll do just enough to not have Red Sox Nation want Kennedy and Breslow's heads on a stick.
My reasonable voice in my head is saying Ricky's right. They're gonna freaking go down the toilet the second half. But my optimistic voice is like, they got some juice. They got some swagger. That kid Meyer, I love him. The kid's good. Like he's not only is he like he's a good player, but he's like you can tell the kid is enjoying it. You can tell.
The kids are good. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
Campbell. I think
Anthony's got a smoke show of an older sister.
Anthony,
she had like 15 minutes of airtime, just like the camera just didn't move off her.
She has way more followers than he does.
Oh, 1,000%. This is his older sister. Like, Jesus.
She doesn't quite have as many as Big and Small, but she's working on it.
It's all right,
Baby steps.
No, I like the kid. I think those guys look the part. I think Campbell's going to be fine. I think that, like I told you, he's struggling on the right side. There's an example of it. Like everybody says, he's fine. He's a left side infielder.
Meyer hit a home run today.
Yeah. Meyer looks the part. He can hit the righties, no problem. I would put Campbell at third, Meyer at second, is what I would do.
You would?
I don't think Meyer would fit. I think that kid could play anywhere. He's way more fluid than Campbell, way more fluid. I don't see him having any issues sliding over to second base. Campbell, put him at third, comes like a nice stationary, know your role, good, type thing. He was a shortstop, and it's a better spot for him.
Huh.
That's how I'd do it.
That's interesting.
And Anthony would drop anchor right field, trade Abreu, and see if you can get a righty bat.
They did something for Abreu for sure.
Yeah, get a righty bat or another starter. But I will say the guy I give real props to, though, who is a find,
Navarez.
if it's last, is Chapman.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, right on. Everybody was bashing that move. I'll give him credit for that move, though they got him cheap, pretty cheap. It's a good deal for them, and he's done a hell of a job. He'd have like 10 more saves if they didn't make him only pitch the eighth inning. He was going in the eighth all the time because the game was tied.
Right.
They keep it there, and then they lost the run games late. But I give him credit. I mean, he is an absolute marvel. He might be a Hall of Famer at the end of the day. I mean, but imagine his age. He still whips it by freely at 100, 101. I mean, it is impressive. Just impressive to watch.
I've seen some clips of him in the gym. He's a freak.
Huh?
He's a freak. They show like clips of him working out in the gym. He does like a boxing routine and stuff. He's a freak.
God bless him, but he's something else.
He's a dude.
So I think if things keep going the way Rick says they're going to go, that means Cora's out, which now you don't have a manager.
Yeah.
Now you're barely fielding a team. And you're supposed to be the fucking Boston Red Sox.
That's the thing that gets me the most is they're not behaving like the Boston Red Sox. They're behaving like Tampa Bay. They're behaving like, their ownership has other interests, which they do.
But I mean, so you mean is Liverpool bringing in that much more money than your a good Boston Red Sox team would? And Jones even said it the other day. He's like, this is this is the product you're putting on the team, and he's like, but you're still charging. You have like the most expensive ticket in baseball. Like, how are we justifying this? And he just gave this political.
And Liverpool doesn't generate near the money the Red Sox do for them.
You don't think so?
No, it's not even close. You look at the roster salaries alone, and how many games does Liverpool play at home compared to the Red Sox?
True.
I mean, it's not even in the ballpark, and their TV deals over there aren't even in the vicinity of what they are here. It's not even close. That's like a small part of it. They're like the Penguins. This is broad. So you're talking. You also pay for the minor league teams. You got AAA, AA, single A. I mean, Major League Baseball is like absolutely. There is more money in Major League Baseball. That's what people don't realize than any sport. Not even close.
But they were saying that they just spent like $150 million on Liverpool and whatnot. Now you dump Devers, and now you've paid it all back and gave yourself another $100 million in the bank.
100%, Doug. That's all this was. Somebody would take the contract because, to Coach's point at the beginning, the contract was questionable. But they want to wrap in. They took it. It's long for a potential. I wasn't worried about, but it is long because of his defense and size. Are you going to be paying a guy that much money to just be a DH, especially if his skills aren't as strong as they are? Bottom line, it was a questionable contract.
Right.
They didn't get anything for him because no one wanted to eat the contract.
Right.
That's all. They're going to love Devers when they get him, but, it's like people said, oh, who wants Mookie Betts' contract? Well, teams that want to win World Series.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll see this Giants. I mean, the Giants are in a war out there with them. I mean, that's awesome. I wish they were on the East Coast. Those two teams. I love both uniforms. They're awesome. But anyway,
Yeah, I think Devers went to a great situation. And
thousand
this is
percent.
another thing. If you're a free agent, why would you even consider Boston?
The weather.
Well,
Knowing
right
that all the
now,
BS that like the front office is pulling, it's like, oh, we'll sign you, but we're just gonna, pull some BS in the fucking background and do this and this and
Well, I mean, the Red Sox are, one of the original teams. Like they have that,
yes.
cachet, that reputation.
What
Well, they're like the
reputation?
Celtics. They're like the Celtics of the MLB.
What reputation? The fact that they're gonna be like, hey, what's your name? Brian Hilton, you want to go play second base for the Sox today? And then when you don't perform, they're gonna blame the fucking coach for not coaching you properly when the guy's a bum and doesn't have a stitch of athletic talent to begin with.
Hey, you compare me to that?
no, I think to your point, I think that Boston's still a destination because it is nostalgic. It's the Red Sox and all that. The problem is they're turning into a loser organization, and they're not paying people. So
Turn into a small market team.
Crochet. Think about Crochet. Like that was a great deal, but that was the same thing. Like they just got him more of a trade situation.
Right.
Not
It
they
was a
won the
free
free
agent.
agency battle,
Right.
and a lot of people were out on Bregman.
And they were like, they were like, oh, they were in on Soto and shit like that. No, they weren't.
No,
No
no.
way. No way.
So it's just like you're just not.
They're like Bob Kraft.
You're going to get whoever you want in any sport. I've always said this. If you want to pay him,
Right.
that's all. You're going to get who you want. They're like in the same situation right now as your Boston Bruins. You've got Marco Sturm,
I know.
the
Devontae,
head
Marcus
coach,
Sturm.
his first head coaching job
Right.
ever
Bruins. They went to like
in the NHL.
he couldn't have gone to like
Or
Columbus or something, you know what I mean? Just try to figure it
and
out.
I'm like, you've got a lame duck GM.
Yeah.
You've got a roster that looks like they've never played hockey before compared to what I watched in the Stanley Cup.
It looked way different.
Are you kidding me? It's like HOH. It's the men's league versus real hockey. I mean, I can't even go there. I'm so depressed.
I
Well,
know.
let's segue into that. Brad Marshall.
I was to say so real quick on the hockey before we get into Florida. I
All
talked to
right.
Coach about it yesterday, the day before. He seems to think, um, since and Rick, tell me if you agree, but since Edmonton lost, that they got to blow it up now.
Yeah, Coach, I talk about that a little bit. I don't see them blowing it up. I see the big move is you might get some out of it. But my end of all thing is that I says Coach last night, and as usual, Coach and I were mic'd in the kitchen because then all of a sudden people started talking about it on sports radio today. Swayman, there you go.
Yeah.
Edmonton wants to say this is it. Let's go make a deal for Swayman. See what you can get back from him.
Rick wants Nugent
I wouldn't care if he
Hopkins.
got. He's the guy. I wouldn't care if he got a bag of balls for, a bag of pucks.
Yeah, you
Right?
can have that
With
contract.
that freaking contract's ridiculous, and
Right.
go use all that money and go get every good free agent in the market. But if you could get someone even like Nugent Hopkins from him,
Yeah.
and free up that contract, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I think they're definitely saying as an organization, which I totally disagree. I don't blame that series on Skinner. I blame that series on their defensive core and lack of depth. But if they think they need that, what is considered one of the best goalies in the world, Swayman, and he's young, and he'll put him closer to Alaska, it's an interesting move.
I'd definitely be entertaining it. I think Sweeney's going to make some moves because he kind of has to because everyone's calling for his head, and he's, let's face it. You said lame duck. He's probably looking to solidify that next contract. You know what I mean? He's working for 2 years to solidify that next contract. I'm sure he doesn't want to be unemployed in 2 years, So he's got to make a move to get the Bruins back to relevant. And I think that maybe,
But I don't know if it all.
I think a move like Swayman would be a good move. You know what? They went away from their philosophy, which was you can grow goalies, you can coach goalies. You know what I mean? Like their minor league goalies were very good, and all of a sudden, they paid Allmark a little bit. They gave him $5 million, but then all of a sudden they broke the bank. With Swayman, who was literally a part-time goalie. He was a 50% goalie, and they brought him in at Shesterkin money, which is crazy. And that's where they went away from their philosophy. If he wasn't going to sign for what his value truly was, which is basically a 50% goalie, then they should have moved on from him. And that's where that in my mind is where they blew it and spent that money on the top six, this top six guy. That's what That's where I think they made the biggest mistake. And like you said, if they get out of that, they could do something with Edmonton. Let's get Frederick back. No, you can do something with Edmonton and get out from underneath that contract. I'd be okay with it. Even though Swayman, he did win the gold medal in the World Cup against. They played Switzerland in the final.
I know it's
The vaunted Swiss. Yeah.
Switzerland, big W over the Swiss.
That's right.
And I know
Name the top Swiss NHL player. I don't even know.
and I know Bennett scored what did he even score? 15 goals in the playoffs alone.
He won the Conn Smythe.
I was kind of hoping they'd give it to Marshy.
Yeah.
I thought they were all. Bennett was great throughout. Marchand's impact, though, I think was so more dramatic. Completely, nobody expected what he did in his clutch in this playoff run.
I think he got healthy.
He did. He got rejuvenated playing with hockey players.
Yeah.
I mean, that third line would be the Bruins' first line by accident in its sleep.
Yep.
Imagine. I mean, it's crazy. And then, their defensive core is studs. But I thought it was going to go to the goal. I thought it was going to go to Bobrovsky, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, did he play every game? I think he did, right?
But Bennett's deserving. I mean, they always talk about. Maserati always talks about, the Kachuk trade to change the whole culture. Don't forget, the Bennett came at the same time. Huge trade.
Barkov, Varhegi, they're no slouches either. The team is loaded.
No, I know, but there was the trade that they made very.
You know who he traded for?
Kind of risky trades to get those two to come in and change.
That was a straight up play. That was a straight up trade.
What?
Kachuk.
Yeah, I know. And Bennett. So I'm just saying they were great trades, but they always talk about the Kachuk change the culture. Bennett helped change the culture quite a bit as well.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you one thing, that Barkov, as good as he is, so unselfish with everything, and just put the gloves on McDavid. I mean, what did McDavid have? 2 goals in the series?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He seemed to disappear to me. He's one of these, arguably the most talented player in the world, and I think if, you put him on Florida, they traded anybody else.
He had one goal. One goal in the whole series.
One goal in the whole series. I mean, you can't be the best player in the world when that happens. Just can't.
Right.
You get enough talent around you. That can't happen. Playing with freaking Draisaitl.
That's why I said you got to blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Florida
McDavid for Swayman.
Yeah, I don't think so. Someone wrote that on Twitter today. McDavid for Swayman. Who says no? I said the entire country of Canada and most of the U.S. But
I'll give them Swayman. I'll give them the fucking first round pick the Bruins just got for Marchand.
I give him Swayman and McAvoy for McDavid.
Yeah, why not?
But I guess Bennett's a free agent. I guess Bennett and Marchand, they're 2 free agents. if they could ever figure out a way to keep those guys on their team, they'd be a three-peat for sure. You know?
The funny thing will be is if Marshawn State signs down there again.
Yeah, I mean, is he going to be looking for 7 million? I mean, a third line guy like him. I mean, he's definitely a valuable player, but you don't pay a third line guy $7 million. I mean,
I know, it'll be interesting. But
he might take the discount.
Would you sign him? Would you sign him for like 5?
Yeah,
he might. He might.
Just
I
like
think
the
it
Dougie.
depends. I think it's really going to depend on his family. There was a nice little vacation for the spring and all that, but where he's at, his family would have to move. And do they really want to move out of Boston?
Any chance he comes back here?
Huh?
Any chance he comes back here?
Not unless you like.
I think that.
Not unless you have a whole different roster.
I think if he was willing to take the hometown discount, he might do it. I'm just saying, if the only reason being is if he doesn't want to relocate his family.
Yeah, but why would he? That would
Which
be the only reason he would
he's on
take
the
the
backside of his career. He's 37. If he wants to play, get a 3-year contract at, a fair number of, 21 million or something. Maybe he does. Maybe he comes back.
No way that the Bruins will pay him 21 million over 3
But
years.
if I was, hopefully his wife's like me and go, let's go. Let's get the kids out of here while we're young and we're
Bags are already
dropping
packed,
and-
sweetheart. Let's get the
Assholes.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
We can spend the summers in Boston.
And you can win something down there. You're not winning anything up here.
100%. 100%. They're a dynasty now.
Yeah.
2 cup championships, in the last 3 cups, President's Trophy.
How about the head coach? The guy's a legend.
We were talking about that.
Well,
Yeah,
did you see the big question now?
What?
Is Florida a hockey state now?
No.
Well, it is. It's had the best franchises in the league over the last decade.
Yeah, but I mean, no. I mean, the teams are really good, but the fan base, let's face it, they're all transplants.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
All of Florida are transplants.
Yeah, but I mean, the people from up north, no, it's not a hockey state. Although they do produce a lot of players.
But the difference is hockey. It's not just all retirees down there who are from up this way, from northern people. Like there are people all over Florida. The biggest thing in Florida, though, hockey has exploded.
Yeah.
The youth hockey level. I mean,
No,
they
that
didn't
was-
even play it. They didn't even play it. They've got guys who are national level players from Florida.
Yeah.
It's only growing. Just like when Gretzky years ago, went to the Kings.
Yeah.
Dramatically changed where California hockey was. And if anybody back then ever thought Arizona State University would have a Division I college hockey team, you would have slapped them in the face.
The Sun Devils.
And they do. They started a club program and now they're a major Division I program. So no, I what they've done, Doug, without question, are there as many kids, et cetera, playing? Because Florida's a totally different, number one, economic demographic throughout the whole of the state, which affects a lot what you can and can't do. But it's definitely produced more hockey rinks, more youth teams, more travel teams, and all that stuff. And those 2 teams did it. I mean, those 2 teams, unbelievable what they've done down there. And
Yeah, my buddy's got he's got a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. In the past 3 years, they've gone to Tampa every year for this massive fucking hockey tournament that's down there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they love it. They love it.
And why would you not go to fucking Arizona State, play hockey, get out of the rink, you can go play fucking 9 holes?
Yeah. Yeah, as a kid, as a local kid, oh my God. They started the whole academy thing in up in Hingham. Was it Hingham? You know what Bavis is? Is Bavis in Hingham? Rick?
That's the Lovell Academy.
Lovell. So the kid Lovell, same age as Patrick, he actually was at BC for a year. He was a defenseman. And he transferred to Arizona State. Smart move.
Absolutely.
Yeah, little kid, tiny little kid, but he was a really good player.
All right, cool. So, a little bit of entertainment we going on this past weekend. We had my little son's second birthday. Good turnout.
Yeah, sorry about that, Doug. We'll talk about that offline, but maybe
Okay.
Coach will in a little bit.
Yeah. And then
Awesome.
can I say it, Coach?
What?
About Monday?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no.
This past Monday, I had the opportunity to play an exclusive golf course known as the Catanset Club down in Marion.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yes, it was not an easy course, let me tell you. It was
I got
quite
89.
difficult. It was
89. I was happy with my game that day. It was all right.
it was difficult, but huge shout out to our I don't want to drop names, but our person who had the ability to get us out there,
You can drop his name. He's good.
Patrick,
Yeah.
had the opportunity to get us out there. Greatly appreciative of it.
Yeah, that was no that's what they do there. Like we could have a big and small event, with him later this summer. He can do that on Mondays. They actually encourage him to play as a caddy because they want him, being familiar with the golf course and all that stuff. They encourage it.
Well, it was funny too. Like, all excited to play. You get out there, you're playing, you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden it was like 16, 17, and 18. It's like, oh Jesus, like
The course kind of the 16th hole is like, man, this place is hard. Kind of whiz on you.
oh yeah, it was tough, but it was fun nonetheless. We lucked out tremendously weather wise. It was like 70 and sunny, and then I don't know, last hour we were out there like some kind of cold front kind of blew in, and it just changed the course drastically.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
No, it was good.
other than that, it was good.
No, it was fun. It's a beautiful place. You ever been down there, Rick?
What'd you have to coach? You have some good entertainment you had.
Yeah, no, but do you ever go down to Catanzit? You
Did I
never
what?
played Catanzit? You never played there, right?
I don't know.
So I was just saying to Dougie, like they encourage Patrick to do that. So we'll get a little big and small thing down there, and then later this summer we'll go down there and do that again. But my entertainment last weekend, you gotta remind me, Rick. What the hell did I do? I had Andy.
This past weekend, apparently we missed each other at La Baya by like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I went to La Baya Friday night. What you talking about this weekend coming up, Rick?
Well, last weekend, what do you had? Anything interesting?
Well, Rick, where were you Friday night?
Oh, we can split
He was at Martini's,
Well, you want to do it?
and I told him to come down to La Baya, and he blew me off.
Rick, what were you doing Friday night? Why didn't you do no opening night for you?
No, Friday I went to what the hell did I do Friday?
You're on Martinis.
I was at Martini's.
Yeah, I figured you would have come down to the club opening night.
Oh no. You know what it was? It was Stevie Rich at a concert at the Pilgrim Sands.
Yes, okay.
So I went to that. He played outside. I never go to opening night.
Why not?
I don't like it. I don't like they charge you for food and stuff. And then
Damn it tonight, Dougie. All the rookies go. That's what
It was like $25.
and then so I went saw Stevie Rich concert, got out of there about 8, went down to Martini's, saw Jen, grabbed some chow. Then some of the guys were at the concert, like Woody and those guys, were gonna meet up. And to be honest, I ended up just they want to go to East Bay. I wasn't too into it. And so I just went home. So it's good. Yeah. And
I was
then,
out.
I
Bye.
think, yeah, it was good. And then yeah. So Stevie Rich, so coming up is I had a good day with the boys on Sunday. We bounced around Sunday, and then we had Stevie Rich play Saturday night at the Pillory Pub, 8:30 kick. So looking forward to that. That'll be on my agenda.
So I got my future in-laws. JT's parents are coming in this weekend. We're looking
Yeah,
at
nice. You said you might bring him.
yeah. So we're looking at
Entertainment venues.
well, no, for the rehearsal dinner venues, right? So do I subject them to Stevie Rich? They might. I mean, what I subjected them to when I went down to Long Island, and I had my issue with the what is it, incontinence? What I subjected that family to, uh, I think Stevie Rich would be a welcome, a welcome time. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna be doing something. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll do something. It would, it might be a flyby situation, Rick. Where's he gonna be? Pillory?
Hillary
Yeah.
at 8:30 Saturday night.
That might be a situation I could do. Yeah, give him the Plymouth treatment. We'll see. We'll see. No, I mean they're cool people though. I don't know what they would make of Stevie Rich. I mean, JT's dad Tom, he's a great guy. He would laugh his ass off. I think. Not that I'm saying Stevie Rich is not a great performer. He is a great performer, but he's an acquired taste. Would you agree with that, Rick? Quiet taste. Rick, you with me?
Sorry, say that again.
Would you agree that Stevie Rich he's an acquired taste as entertainment? You have to.
The what?
He's an acquired taste. You gotta know him. You gotta know him. You gotta know Stevie Rich, and then you see him. Like if you just came out cold and you saw him perform,
Yeah, it'll be a good crew down there though.
you'd be like, "Who's this lunatic?" Right?
We'll see though. The crowd might be not quite be the same because of it's not a Friday, and the weather looks really good. For the weekend. So
Yeah.
a lot of that older crowd might be a little beat up from the day. It can't last, but it should be good. I've got some meeting stuff on Friday, and then I don't know. I haven't mapped anything out yet this weekend. Just trying to get to this closings on Monday.
Was it Monday?
Stress levels high right now. Stress levels high, but we're getting there.
All right. Well, we won't bring it up.
But yeah, no, just as all good stuff. College World Series we didn't mention. I want to give Coach Follett a shout out. Another great run. I believe they lost in the finals, right? I saw him today actually downtown.
Was it the finals? Did they make it to the finals?
It was either the semis or the finals.
I think it was the semis because Cordy was talking about it.
But
I didn't know
another
that.
nice run. Congrats to him. What a career.
Oh yeah.
And
Is he done?
no, not that I've heard. And best thing to watch in all the sports besides the NHL playoffs is College World Series. Rocking and rolling right now in Omaha. Rocking and rolling.
Coastal Carolina is still in it.
Coastal Carolina, I believe, is out. Tonight is right now. We get LSU, Arkansas. Big tilt tonight. Big tilt.
All right.
But yeah, so Doug, let me know what you're doing tomorrow. Probably though.
I think. Yeah, they
The
got
weather's-
they got waxed by Walpole
Oh, Plymouth
Yeah,
North.
kid threw a
Yeah.
no-no the other night.
10-2.
Oh wow.
But yeah, all good. So looking forward to the nice weather's coming up. Doug, let me know if you end up down there tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah.
I'll definitely probably cook down there Sunday if the weather's good. And I think that's all I got, fellas.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
All she wrote.
All right.
Well, Dougie, since this is not a work night, we could probably get this one out there pretty quick. What do you think?
Wow, Coach. Jesus.
Oh, Doug, you have off that 19th holiday. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
no
off
school.
all-
All
he's been off
schools.
all week.
Yeah, I took all week off.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Took it off and he proceeded to destroy his
That's
house.
what I was saying. No wonder why you're going down the club. I like it. Good for
He
you.
destroyed his house.
Yeah, 100%.
He's digging holes in the backyard, cutting through wires.
I had a lot of shit going on.
He's,
Oh,
he blew up his breaker
did
bar.
Diane text you, Dougie?
She did, but I had to call Freddie White. I can't you can't sponsor anybody. It's I guess you've been in. So like you have to be in for 2 years. This is my second year. So next year I can sponsor somebody.
So I got to find somewhere else for her?
Yes.
Can you do it, Rick? Or you need two people?
It's 2. So are you being one of them?
Yeah, of course.
And then Freddie White said he would do it if you want to, I guess, touch base with him.
All right. Well, I can also ask like Marani or whoever.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
What Jimmy? Yeah, I'll go.
Is it Jimmy or Maria? Who's the member?
Well, we all
So
know.
all right.
She
All
might
right,
be a
that's-
little she might be a little strapped for cash after all that do re mi that's gone into the kitchen.
I don't think she's worried about.
No.
Jason's in Alaska. She's heading out there next week.
Oh, she is?
Mhm.
I saw her last night, Rick, when I first got to your house. She was outside. I didn't talk to her, but I didn't want to interrupt her. She was washing her windows. And like
Did you eat at the course last night?
I did.
Dan was raving about it.
Steak tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good. I'm a steak tip guy. They were good. Very good. I think they were like $14.
Yeah, so our little group chat, we said no ifs, ands, or buts next week. We're out there gonna have our little match. So
Oh, good. I mean, Dougie's taking the league to a whole new level, Rick. He's got his foursome. They got bets going. Like guys coming out of there like
that's
down
it.
$60.
Yeah. It's like the
Yeah.
fucking the league is like
he abandoned you like the plague.
No, he abandoned me first. He was like, I'm gonna go play with these guys. You go over there and play. So we're like, all right, fuck that. And then it was just ended up being like me and Jordy ended up knowing the kid from fucking softball. His name's Worm. And then my father-in-law comes down, and then my father-in-law, like, this is like the best thing he's ever fucking been a part of since sliced fucking bread. The guy opens and closes the bar every single fucking Tuesday. And then we just do our thing. It's like $2 $2 on every par 3 closest to the pin, $5 a hole per guy, and then it's me and Dan versus fucking Jordy and Shane.
Next thing you know,
Yeah.
All right, I'm signing off, fellas. I got to
All right. Sounds
to
good.
see you. Thanks to our millions of viewers. Summer's here.
Sounds good.
all right, take care.